Hello everyone, it's DuckFerren07. Today we are playing my new Gruul Brew. Okay, so I've been posting about this green and Gruul lists on my Twitter account, and I had like a mono green one with the silver black elder. That was like the weakest one. I had the Eldrazi mono green list, and I had this Gruul list. So I have been toying with different variants of this three lists in the last few days, and this is the Gruul variant I've been able to tweak so far. This list has been working great in the leagues, and I had decent results. I can't tell you just how good or bad this list is at the moment, because I think more testing and tweaks are probably needed. So if anything, I'm still thinking about adding Walking Ballista to the sideboard. I'm thinking about adding one more removal on the sideboard. And yeah, that is the main two slots I'm thinking about at the moment. Liquimetal Torque has been much better than coating in this list in the main. I really need that ramping and that mana from the Torque, and I very rarely use that coating in the main to actually destroy lands. I always kind of need to kill some creature or kill some permanent. I really rarely use the coating to actually kill lands, except when I had Karn on the field, but in that situations you can like minus Karn, get coating, and then next turn start killing lands. So I ended up feeling like I really want coating on the sideboard and the Torque in the main. So I ended up with 4 Liquimetal Torque in the main, and it's a very good card here. It's useful as a ramp to play your Karn or the Ring on turn 3, a turn sooner, and it's also great in making any non-land permanent artifact, so you can kill it with Ingot Chewer for 1 mana. And of course, if you have Beanstalks on the field, you also get to draw a card. It produces great value, and that's it. So through the tweaking, and since the scam is a big deal at the moment, I opted for 2 Stone of Erech and Endurance as my graveyard hate, and that ended up like costing me the trophy in the league I recently play. Also Misclick did that too, but we'll see about that later. Okay, so I have Ragavan and Delighted Halfling. These 8 cards help me ramp, help me play my spells faster. Turn 3 Karn, turn 3 Ring is like very good, and also having also Torque to enable that. So that happens very often, and it's very strong play in a lot of matchup. Also Halfling, it's very good here because many legendary spells, so it can give uncounterable close to a lot of spells like Ragavan, Wrenn and Six, Karn, the One Ring, Nissa. Even some cards from the sideboard are legendary, like Stone of Erech. The Filigree Silex is also legendary. Okay, so those cards are very useful. Halfling is very useful with these cards and can win you a lot of games and a lot of matchup, especially against like Force of Negation, that kind of cards. Okay, so that is it. So we have the Beanstalk and we have the Ring in this deck, and it's working out great. It's producing great card advantage, and it's difficult to keep up with it. Similar to when you play like 4 color Omnat piles, it can get out of hand very quickly. Nissa has overperformed in all leagues I played so far. I would definitely like to play 3 of these in this build, but kind of missing spots for this type of cards, so had to cut it on 2. And okay, so so the main enemy of the deck, obviously, of all the decks that play the Beanstalk and the Ring at the moment, is the Bowmaster and the Sheldred. And yeah, this deck, that's why I have Wrenn and Six in this deck. Wrenn and Six is very efficient in dealing with the Bowmaster, and when you're on the play and when you jam Wrenn and Six on the field, the Bowmaster in your opponent's hand can feel often like very useless. So Wrenn is very good solution to it. Also Fury is very good against it, or it immediately kills mostly the Orc Army token and the Bowmaster itself. Okay, so another removal we got in this deck is Liquimetal Torque plus Ingot Chewer. So since the deck has a lot of card draw going on and also Karn to find the coating from the sideboard, in a lot of games you gain access in the mid game to this let's say little combo. So in a lot of games we have access to Torque plus Ingot Chewer, killing any permanent, any non-land permanent we like. And yeah, that's it. That's also has been very efficient way. Also Ingot Chewers triggers the Beanstalks for just 1 mana, evoking it, and plus have 4 Furies. This means a lot of evoke elementals we can play cheaply and get card advantage. Nissa has also been great, enable us to quadruple spell, triple spell, whatever in a turn, and since we have so much card draw, you always have a bunch of cards to play, and Nissa has worked out very great. Okay, so that is it for the deck tech, and let's go to the gameplay and see how it went. Okay, so match 1. Playing first. Let us see our hand. I have to mulligan this and kept decent 6. A lot of these Demolition Fields in deck. I opted Demolition Fields and Field of Ruins worked out very great. I consider it like a turn 2 play, since I have a lot of I have Ragavans and the Halflings, so a lot of times on turn 2 I just go for Demolition Field, and it's been very useful so far. Okay, so I went for turn 2 uncounterable Wrenn, pinged their Ragavan and passed the turn. So opponent, yeah, this was obviously a risky play because pinging Ragavan enables them to kill my Ragavan and kill my Wrenn, sorry, and then I don't have that third land I need. So obviously if I got that third land right now, I would be in a great situation. I would have uncounterable Ring and Karn, and that would be like really good here. Unfortunately, maybe the better play there would be like just grab the land with the Wrenn and Six and let Ragavan hit me. Unfortunately didn't do that, so put myself in a pretty bad position. Opponent still killed my Halfling, dashing Ragavan, playing in a Cattle. I find another Field of Ruins, so try to hit their lands, get them off red mana, so now they have to use the treasure token. They got the Savai Triumph tapped, so they got another one, and going for 5, playing my Beanstalk and going Tribal Flames. I didn't find the 4th land, and that is the game. Okay, so yeah, I think I should have gone, definitely now in retrospective, definitely should have grabbed that land and went for the ring on turn 3, and that would probably get me this game, because they end up not having much, but that Ragavan really did a lot of job. Okay, so game 2 started with the Halfling, and Boseiju always have troubles against Field of Ruin decks. I can often get them off the domain, and if a game goes long, these kind of decks often find enough of Field of Ruins to get them off one color of mana, and then this becomes problem for them if they can get enough red. Okay, so I went for Field of Ruin there. They took my Halfling, so I play another Halfling, and that's it. So passing the turn with Boseiju and 2 Furies. Yeah, so I had multiple options here. I decided to go for Fury. I was hoping for them like having Scion, so I killed the Scion with the Chewer, but yeah, probably the better Fury is a bigger attacker here, but probably would be better option if I just hardcasted the Chewer, kept the Fury in hand. Wanted to kill the Bowmaster with Fury in hand, so I went for the Chewer there to kill the Scion. Opponent didn't have any more solutions for my board and they decided to concede. So let's check out the game 3. Okay, so pretty decent hand, Halfling, Wrenn and Six, Beanstalk, Boseiju, also Field of Ruin. All of these, Boseiju and Field of Ruin plus Wrenn and Six can be very useful in this matchup. So I start off with the turn 1 Halfling. I'm kind of hoping for them to go Sign of Draco on turn 2. This would mean I get to play Ingot Chewer plus Wrenn and Six. That would be fantastic. Yeah, this was definitely fail. I mean, I play a lot of Domain Zoo and most, like 99% of the decks don't play a Spell Pierce. I guess this player decided to play it, and yeah, so I decided not to use the Halfling mana on my Wrenn, but it was okay, so they would still get to use their Spell Pierce, and this way I got rid of it. Let's say, and yeah, okay, so opponent, I was able to kill their land, get them off full domain, and then use the Flame Slash to kill the Territorial Cow. Yeah, this was also a brain fart. I accidentally played the Beanstalk. I wanted to kill the Bowmaster and then play the Beanstalk, but accidentally played the Beanstalk first. I was doing something else, and yeah. So I was doing something else, and at the moment where I needed to cast a spell, just brain farted. So it almost costed me the game. Yeah, luckily I was able to Ingot Chewer, kill the Orc Army token, play my Ragavan as a blocker for their Ragavan, and find another removal for the Bowmaster on my turn. So when I untapped on my turn, I was able to stabilize. So since my opponent didn't block, I decided just to go for the One Ring. Yeah, and now I was in a pretty good situation. I am on 6 life, and the opponent is playing like Tribal Flames and stuff like that deals a lot of damage, but I got a ring on the field, I got the Beanstalk, I got Ingot Chewer in my hand to kill the Scion. So I go for the ring. Definitely want to preserve my life total, be safe from the One Ring, and I played the Ingot Chewer, killing the Scion, pitch casting the Fury, killing the Ragavan, then connecting with my Ragavan, and so this way I'm still safe from the Tribal Flames because it's a sorcery, and I'm also safe from the Bolt because I'm on 4. So now I have multiple options. I decide to go for Nissa here, then pitch cast Fury, draw 2 cards, and then I play another ring. I play the Halfling, opponent concedes, that is the game. I have lethal next turn with Nissa. I can even play the second Nissa for another attacker, and that is the match. Okay, so let's check out match 2. Okay, so kind of a slow hand. Karn, a ring, and Nissa without any ramp. I decided it was unknown match and a lot of mid-range decks at the moment, so this can be decent against some decks, so I decided to keep it. Okay, I find turn 2 Liquimetal Torque, which is great with my hand, enables me to play the ring and the card next turn, but opponent has the Pierce. But they also didn't have any early pressure, so this was fine. Opponent just plays the Blood Crypt, goes for the Ragavan dash. Okay. On my turn I play the Halfling and play another land. This is great with my hand. If they don't kill the Halfling, I get to play uncounterable legendary spells next turn. Opponent does kill the Halfling but steps out, plays the Ragavan, so now I'm able to resolve the ring. Next turn I have Nissas, I have another ring, Karn, very strong spells in this matchup, and yeah, that is bad news for the opponent. Okay, they definitely need like a Bowmaster here, and they got it. So they get to deal some damage here, getting some counters on there or Karmi. But I have Wrenn and Six to deal with Bowmaster and Ragavan. I decided to go for Nissa here, make my stomping ground a 3/3, cast the Wrenn and Six and kill the Ragavan. Okay, so lot of damage here, but I had to deal with my opponent killing the Nissa. But I had Wrenn and Six, double Wrenn and Six pinging their 2 Bowmasters next turn, which enabled me to throw more cards with the ring, play my Ragavan as a blocker, also had the Stomping Grounds there, and yeah, that was what I wanted, to get rid of the Bowmasters and put myself in a situation where I stabilize with the ring, resolving another ring, and now I'm like 7 cards in hand, stabilized on 7 life. Yeah, all good cards in the matchup, so I can now start using Demolition Field, taking their mana. But yeah, okay, so I go for the Beanstalk. Waiting what will my opponent play. I don't need to use the ring at the moment, no need just to risk anything. So I went for the Beanstalk there, getting a draw. Using Demolition Field, again taking them off the red mana. So I know they don't play any red basics. So I was able to use Demolition Field, untap Forest, start attacking with Nissa. Nissa is very good clock. So on the first turn it's 3 damage, next turn it's 2 lands attacking, and yeah, it's a very quick beatdown. Okay, so I have a lot of mana now. People often ask me, why do you need Nissa, what do you do with Nissa mana? But you just play like 6 spells in a turn and win the game. And yeah, so I went for another Forest untap. So what I want now is to find that coating, so I can kill the Murktide with Ingot Chewers. Yeah. I find that coating I wanted. Opponent is tapped, doesn't have a removal, so I play the Ingot Chewer, getting a draw, killing a Murktide. I also play like, as you can see, I played 4 of the Liquimetal Torque in the main and 1 coating on the side. I find that split to be perfect. I like it the most at the moment, and that's it. Okay, so passing the turn, opponent doesn't have any chance. I have lethal next turn, and yeah, that was the game. So let's check out game 2. Okay, so I decide to keep pretty mediocre 7. Halfling can definitely be good in the control matchups. Sometimes they just don't have a removal, and Halfling ends up being very relevant, help you resolve Wrenn and Six, Ragavan, Ring. So I decided immediately, I didn't have any other plays except a Braid, so I decided to immediately start using my Field of Ruins, taking their red mana. So this actually ended up being that Dimir deck, splashing red for Ragavan and Bolt, I think. Yeah, so going again for the One Ring, and I played my Nissa on turn 4 after opponent played the One Ring on their turn 4. And yeah, so what is really like interesting in this match is that Nissa turn 4 actually beat the Ring turn 4. Okay, so opponent played Dranilach, killed my Halfling. Obviously Halfling interfering with their forces is not something they want, so, but they they killed the Halfling and they're taking 6 here, so they're already on 10. I get to cast the Generous Ent. So basically what I did in this game was cast Halfling, cast Nissa and cast the Generous Ent. Opponent plays another ring to prevent themselves from dying. And I try to play my ring, but opponent has another force of negation. So you can very clearly see why they had to kill that Halfling. Yeah, so I have a lot of attackers on the field. That is lethal in so many ways. I can make another attacker with Nissa. Opponent plays Otawara on my end, but doesn't have enough removal to deal with 4 lethal attackers, and that is it. So turn 4 Nissa beat turn 4 Ring. That is pretty interesting. Nissa has overperformed in all of the matches I played. The card has just been very good. I really like it. Yeah. Okay, so I will definitely also try Nissa in some other builds. I think I've always liked this card, and it's a 5 mana Planeswalker which ends the game very efficiently. Okay, so that is it. That is the match. So let's check out match number 3. Okay, so keeping pretty good hand on the play. Turn 1 Ragavan, turn 2 Torque. I can go like turn 3 already use the Ingot Chewer to kill something with the Torque, or just cast the Ring, cast the Karn or whatever. I decide to pitch cast Fury, kill the Halfling, connect with Ragavan. I don't care that much about... Maybe casting their Ballista was like good here, because obviously Bowmaster is my big enemy here, and them going for the Bowmaster is definitely bad for me. Yeah, so I think I should have gone for that Ballista instead, but that would mean also like I'm not able... Yeah, so that was a mistake, and that lost me the match. I play my Karn here. I didn't have any great targets. Yeah, against Yawgmoth, all targets are pretty bad. Also didn't have Pitting Needle. Not sure why there isn't... Yeah, I had a Pitting Needle. Why didn't take a needle? I had no idea. I should have I had Torque, so maybe that was the logic. So I had a Torque now. I could kill their Grist with a Torque, with a Havar Might, but that wasn't good enough. Ring against the Bowmaster in a situation where I didn't have any removal for it, and they had another cord to get a second Bowmaster or Sheldred or Yawgmoth. This is all like pretty bad for me, and that was the game. I think maybe if I played the Walking Ballista I would be in a better situation. Yeah, but this way I just conceded immediate on this turn, and that was it. And let's check out the game 2. Okay, so Ragavans are terrible in this matchup. Beanstalk is also... Beanstalk is not that bad, but having the Ring plus the Beanstalk against Sheldred and Bowmaster can be pretty bad, so that is why I boarded out the Beanstalks, leave the Ring in. So this way I can still have like that great card advantage from the Ring, and not worrying too much about the Bowmasters. because I have a lot of solutions for it now, especially on the play with Wrenn and Six. Okay, so I went for a double Wrenn here to get rid of the Geist, put Wrenn on 2, and yeah, my opponent plays the Agatha, puts counter on the Bowmaster, and yeah, they try to use the Agatha again, but I use my Endurance, and yeah, that Endurance was pretty good there, preventing them getting another counter and also preventing them from killing my Wrenn. Unfortunately, their Bowmaster was a 2-2, so I was not able to ping it with Wrenn. I still got to play the ring, and I was able to attack the Grist, which they have to jump, but they decide to jump with the Bowmaster, which was good news for me. And yeah, I had 5 mana to get rid of. So actually, like killing Grist with Endurance with the Agatha on the field, it's not great because they just can exile it with Agatha, and then it becomes even more annoying. But this way I was able to get rid of the Bowmaster with Endurance attack, and then hardcast the Chewer to get rid of the Cauldron. That was like really good for me. Okay, so now I resolved the ring, and yeah, so now it's the ring against Yawgmoth. Okay, so I decide to attack first. Maybe this was not a good decision. They play Cord on 2, probably to get the Bowmaster, and I try to draw in response, but they have another Bowmaster in hand, so pretty good 2 cards in my opponent's hand. I also had a Braid to kill that second Bowmaster. Yeah, so now this attack was not very useful. They killed all my creatures, but I got the Flame Slash at least to deal with Yawgmoth, and still had the ring on the field and lot of life available, so I go for the Flame Slash. Opponent draws some cards and responds. They actually have 8 cards, which is a lot, but the ring can definitely get you from behind, even in a situation like this. So opponent pluses the Grist, plays bunch of these small creatures, preparing to, like, hopefully they're probably hoping to find another Yawgmoth or Agatha or whatever. I draw a bunch of cards with a ring, play my Nissa, play the Pitting Needle, name Yawgmoth, play the Ingot Chewer, make Grist artifact, and kill the Grist. Yes, so that was pretty good turn. I got the forest into 3/3 forest and the Chewer as blockers here, and my opponent did find another Grist to take care of my Nissa, but yeah, the important thing was that I still have a ring on the field, drawing me a bunch of cards. Yeah, and I went for Wrenn here, killing the Grist, playing a Karn, getting the Havarmite, so I'm safe from Agatha Soul Cauldron. I just got to deal with Yawgmoth, even if they find it. I got a Pitting Needle, naming Yawgmoth on the field, so pretty good for me. Opponent tries to use the Havarmite to kill the Pitting Needle, but realize I have Karn on the field, so they can't do that, and they concede the game. That was it. Okay, so let's check out the game 3. I got out of a very unfavorable situation in this match, but it just shows that this deck definitely has outs, and when you play the deck with the ring and the beanstalk and the Karn, it can definitely do some nasty things. Okay, so our opponent, we both started with the Halfling. I went for another Halfling on turn 2, just play my land tapped, and then so next turn I have Karn plus Flame Slash, I have Fury, I have the ring, a lot of stuff available. So those multiple options, I think the best one was just go for the Fury, kill the Bowmaster and the Halfling, and the opponent now has Agatha Cauldron on the field, but just 2 cards in hand and I have a bunch of cards. So now I play the Karn to disable using Agatha Soul Cauldron. In response they take my Generous Ent, which is totally fine. I can now use Karn to get the Liquimetal Coating, so next turn I can start killing my opponent's lands. And my opponent has 4 mana right now, and they cast the Sheldred, which is unfortunate. If this was Yawgmoth, I had the Flame Slash for it, but I didn't have a solution for Yawgmoth. Okay, I was able to cast the coating, start killing my opponent's lands. I have the Fury staying back to protect my Karn. I go for the ring, and yeah, hopefully finding that 1 damage I missed to kill the Sheldred. I used the 1 ring to draw a card, taking damage from Sheldred, but have to find a solution for it. If I don't find solution for it, I can really die very quickly, especially with the ring on the field. So the Fury helped me to stay back and protect my Karn, which was important piece here. Like I really needed to kill their lands, and I got the Wrenn. Wrenn is what I needed here to ping the Sheldred and help me kill it with the Flame Slash. Yeah, so now after I killed the Sheldred, the opponent really has no chance. I'm now able to kill their last land, and next turn I'll be able to start killing their dorks, probably if I get artifact destruction, and that's it. Opponent can get out of this one, they're completely locked, and that was another match. Okay, so that was match 3. Let's check out the match 4. Okay, so in the match 4 I kept kind of 1-lander, a risky 1-lander, but I had Ragavan and the Halfling and the Torque, so if I get a land or a Ragavan connect, I get to play Torque or Halfling. Yeah, so that hopefully helps me cast my spells on further turns. Opponent was playing Dimir, so they didn't have a removal, they kept a hand without removal, and yeah, that was pretty good for me. I think they had Force of Negation here, but they were not able to use it on my Karn, so I got the Liquimetal Coating, and opponent untaps and concedes. That is it. Yeah, sometimes you don't have a removal for turn 1 Ragavan, and Ragavan can steal games very easily. Okay, so let's check out the game 2. Okay, again 1-lander, but this time I have the Generous Ent. Okay, so I decide to start with the Halfling. They're playing, I always cut 2 Ragavans on the draw, so I expected them to maybe have the Bowmaster, so I didn't want to play my Ragavan on turn 2. Okay, so as you can see, as I said, I cut 2 Ragavans, also cut 2 Beanstalks, because they also play like Sheldred and the Bowmaster, so having that much of card draw can be deadly. So yeah, okay. I played Ragavan here and holding the Abrade for the Bowmaster, but they didn't have a Bowmaster this one, and yeah, they just didn't play much, and then resolved the 7/7 Murktide on turn 4, which was definitely a big problem. I had 6 damage here, didn't have 7. So I just went for the Wrenn, hoping they attack me and not Wrenn, then I can try to kill Murktide next turn. But they have 3 cards in hand, which is a lot. Okay, so I find the Torque here, and I was definitely hoping to resolve it here, but opponent has the annul. So now I get to kill the Bowmaster, but they still have a lethal with the Murktide and Orc Army token, and that's the game. Yeah, pretty quick kill with the turn 4 Murktide. They had removal for my Torque, and that was crucial. Okay, so in the game 3, kept a decent hand, nothing special, but if I can resolve turn 3 Wrenn, that can be good with the Field of Ruins. Unfortunately, my opponent has the Spell Pierce, but still I'm on the play and have spells that my opponent has to deal with. Okay, I go for the Beanstalk here. Opponent has Annul. Everybody has started playing Annul against the Beanstalk ring decks. Yeah, definitely have a lot of targets. Okay, so I've had options here. I could just go for the Field of Ruin, play the Halfling, then try to go for uncounterable Karn this turn, but going for Karn immediately definitely paid off. I was able to get the coating. My opponent didn't have removals in this situation. Yeah, so they didn't have a removal, but they had Otawara to bounce my Karn response, so I was not able to kill their land this turn. And I used my Field of Ruin, play the Halfling, and then going for the same plan next turn. Again, Wrenn and Six getting my land back, then going for Karn and start killing their lands. Yeah. Killed their land, and now I have coating Karn on the field. They can't use the One Ring unless they find a removal for my Karn, but they play Sheldred, which is also definitely something I have to deal with. So this turn I didn't kill lands, I just went for the Sheldred, hard casted my Chewer, put another one attacker on the field, getting Stone of Erech on the field, so next turn I can remove the graveyard if they don't have the Murktide right now. Then I'll be able to clear their graveyard. Okay. Continue killing their lands. They already few turns before they didn't have counters, so I also successfully resolve my ring, and yeah, now it's a pretty bad situation for the opponent. I didn't crack Stone of Erech at that point, and I wanted to hold until their upkeep, but they played the Bowmaster, so I decided to use the Abrade. In that situation, opponent attacks the Karn, but yeah, doesn't have any ways to kill it. Opponent plays the Murktide, but it doesn't matter. I have solutions for it, so I go for another Ingot Chewer, killing the Murktide again. Opponent was pretty mad about this, I think, if I remember right. And that was the match, another match, and the win number 4. So let's check out the trophy match. And I was playing against Living Ent, going for 6, just Ragavan and Field of Ruin, nothing special there. And I was also on the draw, so pretty bad odds in a game 1 against Living Ent. And they also were playing Fury, so they were able to pitchcast Fury, kill my Ragavan. So that was pretty bad situation for me. I didn't have anything else to do except just pitchcast my Fury to put it into graveyard and play the Halfling. Yeah, so that was it. Opponent shocks in the Stomping Ground, passing the turn. So I was not expecting this to go well. I top deck the ring for the turn, and that was pretty good top deck. Opponent also tries to force this, but they didn't realize I have the Halfling, I guess. Yeah, so now they didn't have the cascade spell, I guess, and I was able to resolve the Karn next turn, which I got from the ring, find the chalice, cast the chalice, and opponent concedes. So if they didn't use their force, they will be able to use force now on chalice, but yeah, that was a bad move by the opponent. So I got the game 1, and I was really close to the trophy, and I also had decent, I think I had one less hate piece. Yeah, so 2 Stone of Ferex and 1 Endurance. Stone of Ferex is good against Scam, but is not good against Living End, unfortunately. All other Graveyard Hate is better. I also have 1 Endurance. As a Graveyard Hate, and kind of a card to prevent me from milling myself in some matchups on the side. And I also have 1 chalice. So the important thing with this deck when you're playing these matchups, so on the play you keep the chalice on the side, but on the draw you put a chalice in the main, because it's on the draw it's mostly too slow to get it from the card, but on the play you can play turn 3 card often and just get a turn chalice on the field. Okay, so opponent resolved the Living End in this one, but it was okay, because I was trying to deal with this and they didn't have too much creatures. They had some, but I was able to turn 4 resolve my One Ring and hoping to get something useful here. I got the Fury immediately, which was great. So I was able to kill one of the curators. Maybe it was better to wait a turn, but I wanted to maybe try to find a Beanstalk before casting that Fury, but I wanted to kill it immediately before they draw more cards. Okay, so I untap, get the ring. Yeah, so I had options here. One option was I didn't want to play the Boseiju, that was the problem, but maybe I should go for just Boseiju, play Halfling, and then also play the Endurance. Maybe that was better play. At least I would be able to jump the Shardless. This way I cast my Endurance. Maybe I should have casted this before. I tried to block, wanted to block the Shardless, but this way I survived on 1 life and play another ring and play the Halfling and kind of stabilized. Yeah, but I needed more removal on their turn, and yeah, I didn't get the thing I needed, and I was on too low on life, so I was not able to use the One Ring even once on end of their turn, then trying to find something useful. Yeah, and unfortunately I had Boseiju to kill one of their creatures, but Subtlety was lethal, and that was it. For game 2, close game, which I almost stabilized after they resolved the Living End. But game 3 I was playing first, and I kept decent hand. I have turn 1 Ragavan, which can be yeah. So this was the misclick I did. Opponent played the Subtlety on my turn 1 Ragavan, and you definitely never put the Ragavan on top. I was going to click bottom and accidentally clicked on top, and that is how I lost the trophy. Yeah, I'm not can be 100% sure, but I think that is definitely how I lost this trophy. So putting this Ragavan on top means I get the dead draw of Ragavan next turn. Definitely didn't need that Ragavan, so I went for the Beanstalk here. just a land from top, playing the Ingot Chewer. Just to get a draw, put a chewer in the graveyard. So if they resolve the living end, I have something in the yard. Put Wrenn on the field, get land into my hand, and the opponent immediately goes for a turn 3 living end, killing my Ragavan and the Halfling. And yeah, so I had a Karn on top, so this means if I didn't put Ragavan on top, I would get it a turn before. Maybe I would have a chance, but this way I had none. And yeah, so yeah, the misclick maybe I would lose anyway, but yeah, this misclick definitely didn't help me. And yeah, so that was it. I got Karn a turn too late, and that was game over. Okay, so that is the entire league. I hope you like the deck. I think it is very interesting. Maybe it needs more work. I was kind of trying to figure out a way to maybe include more removals. I would not remove Ragavans from the main for removals. I would maybe add more removal to the sideboard. That is one of the options. I would also like, and I consider trimming maybe some of the cards for a couple of removal, but not definitely not touching Halfling and Ragavan here. Okay, so also like a Chewer plus a Torque, as you could see through this league, can often be very efficiently used as a removal, and that happens quite a lot since deck has a lot of card draw in those, especially in those mid-range matchups. And that's it. Okay, so the cards, as I said in the beginning, cards I'm considering is Walking Ballista on the sideboard. It's Bolt on the sideboard. It's also another second Pitting Needle. I have Filigree Silex, Engineered Explosives, another Chalice of the Void, but that's more like metagame dependent. Okay, and that's it. Yeah, definitely different graveyard hate if Living End becomes more popular, but yeah, Stone of Ferrek is just very good against Scam. Probably worth running just two of those, and Endurance, and that's it. Okay, so thank you for watching. Just a friendly reminder to click like, click subscribe. I would be very excited to hear about your gameplay experience with this deck. I think it's a kind of a new archetype that I brewed, and it feels playable in Modern. I can't really say what is its power level at the moment, or what are its bad matchups. Obviously, any beans and the ring decks, their biggest nemesis is Bowmaster and Sheldred, and yeah, so maybe a few more removal is needed to battle those, but I would not say that much more. I have been able to play those matchups and deal with all these cards using just what I have available here. But yeah, more can always be helpful. Karn is also a problem, and it is in Karn mirrors. Whoever plays Karn is in such a huge advantage that mostly just wins the game. But we have Fury here. We have cards from the sideboard don't really deal with it. So maybe something that can deal damage to the Planeswalker can be relevant on the sideboard too. And that's it. Okay, so as I already said, thank you for watching, and goodbye.